The Premier League, known as the most physically demanding league in the world. 5'9" centre-back Lisandro Martinez was written off before he'd even kicked a ball.
Lisandro Martinez, that's about any centre-back coming to the Premier League who is well under 6 foot, you think he's going to have a problem.
This was a running theme throughout his entire life, but he's made everyone who has ever underestimated him regret it. In this video, we will be delving into the life and career of Lisandro Martinez to see what key events led to him approaching every game ready to fight absolutely anyone, and how he earned his title as the Butcher. First, let's look at his beginnings where he had to fight to play football. Lisandro Martinez was born on the 18th of January 1998 in the city of Gualeguay, Argentina. Like any young boy in the Entre Rios province, he loved to play football, but from early on, it wasn't just a game to him. While other kids were playing for fun and exploring their passion, he was playing with something to prove: that he was meant to play football, and football was his life. The first person he had to prove this to was his own father, who did not believe his son had what it took to make it professional. All the players of Lisandro's age were taller, faster, and stronger. Moreover, the family's financial situation was tricky, and Martinez's father felt that chasing a footballing dream was something no son of a bricklayer should bother doing, especially not his. Expected to contribute to the family, his father felt that a young Martinez should follow in his footsteps. But being a bricklayer was contrary to what Martinez wanted, and it showed. If he wasn't late to work, he was sleeping on the job. It was clear that it wasn't where his heart was. Seeing this, and Lisandro showing a talent on the pitch, convinced his dad that if football was what Lisandro wanted, he had to just get behind him with full support. He earned the nickname of the Butcher in Europe, but how did he get there? With his father's full backing, he wasn't just playing for passion anymore, he had to make it a career, and dedicated every waking minute to it. To do so, he found himself playing for his local youth side club Atlético Gualeguay and two other local sides at the same time. His dedication and focus paid off as Newell's Old Boys came knocking. This was the team known for fostering young Argentine talent. The likes of Batistuta, Pochettino, and Lionel Messi all played for them early in their career. They were so impressed that they decided to bring a 16-year-old Martinez to Rosario. The competition there was another level up, and once again, his smaller physique meant other defenders were playing ahead of him. And after a period of struggling for a starting spot, he went on loan to Defensa y Justicia to prove his worth. Being ruled out for being too small again was simply not an option. He had to compensate for his stature and played like a man possessed, standing out for his aggression and competitive nature whilst showing high technical ability. His first season with Defensa went well. He kept 11 clean sheets in 29 games, and the loan became a permanent deal in 2018. The faith his new team found in him inspired him to play even better. It was here more than ever that Martinez figured out that for him, being extra aggressive was the only way to play to show the opposition, or any doubters watching, that there was not a drop of fear in him. On top of his ability to win duels, he also featured as an overlapping left-back at times and registered 2 goals and 4 assists during a season. This showed elite understanding of the game positionally and ability to progress play further up the field as well. It was these qualities coupled with the ferocious mentality that caught the eye of Ajax. Following the mass exodus of stars from Ajax in 2018, the Dutch side were willing to take a chance on Lisandro Martinez, and he was Amsterdam-bound for a transfer fee of €7 million. The trip across the Atlantic meant a new country, a new footballing culture, and therefore a new challenge. More than ever, Martinez had to tap into that warrior mentality and prove his worth. He didn't go through all he did playing in Argentina just to throw in the towel now. So who gave him the name the Butcher? It didn't take long for Martinez to win the Ajax fans over. They loved the way he approached each game. He was hyper-competitive. He would fight and scrap for every ball, win his duels, show aggression in tackles. It didn't matter how big the player was, if there was a ball to be won, he's not thinking twice about winning it. He would not back down to any opposition players wanting to square up to him. He brought an energy to pitch as if to say, "No one is going to get the better of me today." He often left opposition players on the floor like raw meat, and the Ajax fans christened him the Butcher. His aura and presence on the field always set the tone for the team's performances. And this was key to their success that season. When it came to being reliable defensively, he made sure they could count on him. In his debut season, he formed a solid, ferocious centre-back partnership with Jurrien Timber, only conceding 16 league goals that season. That was a solid foundation, which led to 2 Eredivisie Championship titles back-to-back. Despite the lifelong criticism of him being too short, he made more headed clearances than anyone in Europe that season and won 71% of his aerial duels. Only Harry Maguire, William Saliba and Gabriel had higher successful duels. On top of that, he was more than just an aggressive competitor, he was a playmaker too, recording the 3rd most number of forward passes and 2nd most number of passes per 90 minutes, showing how key he was to the success of Ajax's dominance. The only thing is, whenever an Ajax player starts producing world-class performances, their days in Amsterdam are numbered as the European giants come sniffing around to sign them. Given his former boss Erik ten Hag had been appointed Manchester United boss, this move was a no-brainer. For £56.7 million, Martinez made the move to Manchester, but could the Butcher survive the Premier League? He arrived in Manchester in a similar fashion to when he did in Amsterdam. He met a club, impressed by what he had done previously, and was looking to rebuild. As a player who had shown that he can defend as well as start play from the back, on paper, he looked like the missing piece for Manchester United. But there is always more pressure on a player set to make their debut in the Premier League, the most watched league in the world. All eyes were on United as they set to rebuild their legacy. And a defender shorter than 6 feet had a few eyebrows raised.
To play in English football, he's too small to play in the Premier League.
He proved that his height and stature weren't a liability, but a strength. Having strikers approach him with overconfidence allowed him to surprise them with just the physical and aggressive he could get. So far, he has made 85 appearances for the Red Devils and has won 2 trophies with them, but the numbers show he has been priceless since he donned the Manchester United jersey. In his first season, he made more tackles than he has ever done in a domestic league with a career high of 54, with 51 shots blocked and about a tackle rate of 70%. Lisandro Martinez was firing on all cylinders. He brought the fight and aggression that reminded fans of former legends like Ferdinand and Vidic, with both of them pleased with his work so far. He was exactly what had been missing, and United fans had no problem at all adopting the use of his name, the Butcher.
He's been aggressive, he's worked well with other centre-halves, he's worked well with the left-back, and as Craig said, when he comes out with the ball with that left foot, he can hit the big diagonal, he can play balls down the channel, so
He showed that he could take on the biggest of forwards without a problem. And that couldn't be clearer with the way he dealt with Adama Traore in United's season opener.
You saw it in real time as well.
I sent him to the gym. No.
In the return fixture, United played Fulham away in a match where Traore was out to get even with the Butcher. But one person was smiling at the end of the match. Aside from his presence in defence, he has also contributed to United up front as well, with a top-class performance against local rivals City, which inspired a hard-fought win, and the respect of rivals. It's almost as if he reserves his goal-scoring abilities for big games because against league leaders, Liverpool, his goal put the Red Devils ahead. Lisandro Martinez was either going to work in construction back in his hometown or become a world-class defender. And in doing the latter, he proved that size has nothing to do with how well a player can defend. He has defied all odds of his entire career, and given how far he has come, the only question is, how far can he go? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.